Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
10 unbelievable animals that saved lives. Even though human-animal conflicts are common, sometimes there are instances where animals have proved not to be the enemy and ended up saving human lives. We will take a peek at highly compelling stories that don't get the limelight on media, but sure make the world a better place. As not only humans are capable of kindness and bravery, more often than not, animals are the kindest altruistic creatures of all. So without wasting any more time, here are 10 unbelievable animals that saved lives. Number 10. Mandy the Goat. A 78-year-old Australian man was busy tending to his flock in his outstanding ranch when he slipped and fell, sustaining several injuries that made him immobile for a while. The old man was going about his business as usual when the unseen incident happened as he slipped on manure that laid aimlessly on the ground in his ranch. Among his domestic flock was a goat that rushed to his aid upon realizing that the man was injured and in pain. Mandy the Goat was emphatic enough to curl up with his owner during the cold nights and offered him milk to drink until after 5 days when somebody came to his rescue. He was lucky enough to have such a selfless creature by his side. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Dory the Rabbit. Dory the Rabbit is an adorable pet owned by an emergency ambulance driver. One time, while the wife, Victoria, was busy preparing a meal in the kitchen, the husband passed time watching television. The husband, Simon, seemed to have dozed off watching the TV, but in the real sense, he'd experienced a diabetic condition and was incapable of moving or making any sound. The little rabbit sensed his predicament and began fidgeting and hopping around his chest, hoping to draw the wife's attention. Upon realizing Dory's unseemly behavior, Victoria rushed to see what was up and arrived just in time to save her husband. She quickly called in for help when she couldn't raise him herself. This was an unbelievable scenario, and the couple was very appreciative of Dory's quick response that saved Simon's life. Number 8. Toby the Doctor Golden Retriever. Dogs are known to be man's best friend, but no one could imagine the lengths the dog will go for the sake of friendship and love for its owner. Toby turned out to be a rather exceptional dog as he was able to save his dying mistress. Good old Toby has never studied medicine at any point. However, he successfully performed the Heimlich maneuver. Dogs are known to have very sharp instincts and are good in different fields, such as sniffing out burglars and weapons, but Toby set the bar higher with his swift reactions and his good gut feeling by saving the day. Toby's owner was choking and seemed to have had trouble breathing after consuming a piece of apple that stuck in her throat. Toby was quick to detect his owner's restlessness and didn't hesitate to press firmly on her chest, eventually dislodging the piece of apple. The dog showed affection by licking his lucky mistress, who was now at ease and could breathe. Were it not for the Golden Retriever, one of the smartest dog breeds, this innocent woman might have just lost her life, as there was no one else who could have come to her rescue. Number 7. Jambo the Remarkable Gorilla Parent. The gorilla family is known to be very territorial around its ecological habitat and may turn violent when any trespasses into its territory. Jambo, a silverbacked gorilla from Jersey, shocked many when it went against its nature after a child fell into its pen. Jambo didn't hesitate to aid the little toddler who'd unwillingly trespassed into its habitat. Jambo was kind enough to protect the young lad from his counterparts, who'd definitely overreact upon seeing the child. The loving creature caressed the crying child, assuring him of his safety. Jambo was adamant to save the young lad, going the extra mile to guarantee his safety by leading away his fellow gorillas to allow the rescuers to intervene. He did a commendable job as the child was out of harm's way within a flash of a second, after a quick response from the rescue team. It's no surprise Jambo got himself a statue as a token of commemorating this heroic act. Number 6. Lulu the Rescue Vietnamese Pig. Lulu, a Vietnamese pig, came around as a gift from Joan Altsman to her daughter in celebration for her birthday. The little bundle of joy was fully grown in no time and had won the hearts of her folks, who then had become extremely fond of the well-fed pig. During vacation, Lulu's vigilant efforts saved her mistress's life, who had a near brush with quietus. It was a day like any other when Joan Altman collapsed to the ground after a senseless pain hit her chest. She was a victim of cardiac arrest. Her Vietnamese pig named Lulu sure came to her rescue on seeing her mistress twisting in pain on the ground. She dashed out of the house through the dog door into the street, where she didn't hesitate to block traffic by lying on the road, aiming to draw someone's attention. Lulu was relentless and kept going to and from the house, checking her mistress's condition. Her efforts weren't in vain, as Lulu eventually managed to draw the attention of a motorist to check on the pig seemingly lying lifeless on the ground. Her owner was then rushed to a hospital and remains grateful to her four-legged friend. Number 5. 3 guardian lions. Lions are considered the king of the jungle, as they are fierce and would face any creature of the jungle that would dare challenge them. They not only do this for supremacy, but as a source of livelihood, considering they are carnivores that must feed. In 2012, a young Ethiopian girl was abducted by 7 men and left for demise in the forest because she refused to marry. The police's frantic efforts to locate the girl went on for almost a day of intense searching. They managed to find the young woman, who was under the protection of 3 fierce lions. Upon the arrival of the police, the 3 Savannah Kings left majestically, having fulfilled their mission, as they had surrounded the young lady all night so as to protect her from the creatures of the night. It's unbelievable, coming from lions, that they too had a selfless and kind instinct. The 3 lions earned themselves a slot in the list of most unbelievable animals to save lives. Never in a million years would I consider lions to be a friendly lot. That's not all. The fact that they left the scene when the good guys arrived remains a mystery. Were they spirits or real lions? Number 4. Con the lifesaver dog. Con had just been rescued recently from an animal shelter after a family saw it best to adopt the gorgeous dog. A few days later, he would save his new owner's baby girl from a deadly snake attack. On the day of the incident, Charlotte Savilic, a young toddler, was playing in the garden of her home in Australia. Out of the blue, Con started acting strangely, seemed to show slight aggression to the innocently playing toddler. The fact was, he'd spotted a big brown snake, among the world's most venomous snakes, and he was trying to nudge the little lad to safety. As the snake drew closer to the baby girl, Con did the most heroic thing. He grabbed the child by the back of her nappy and threw her over his shoulder, with baby Charlotte clear from danger. Con ended up with a venomous bite. It was then that Catherine realized something was amiss from her dog's endless cries. Con was quickly rushed to a veterinarian and shot up with an anti-venom. He was lucky enough to survive. The family was moved by Con's selfless and protective act, which earned him numerous rewards. The situation would have taken a very different turn had the bite pierced the skin of little Charlotte. Number 3. Cat rescues home. A Florida couple credits their cat, Bella, with saving them from a near-death experience. Paul and Leona Jones went out for an early dinner in the evening, getting back later in the night in the middle of a rainstorm. All they wanted to do was pull up their car into their garage, close the door, and get into their Deltona. The Joneses' vehicle had a push-button ignition, and in their rush to get inside, Leona Jones forgot to turn off the engine. This mere mistake nearly cost them their lives, as the fumes emitting from the engine slowly intoxicated them. By 1 a.m., the couple's SUV had been running in the garage for around 8 hours, and by then, Paul was already knocked out. Bella frantically tried by all means to get Leona's attention, sensing something was amiss. Though she was fast asleep, the cat's relentless effort managed to get her up. Already suffocating, Leona struggled to get herself to the phone and called for help. The lucky couple owed their lives to their pet and the fast response of the rescue team, who administered oxygen to the couple, and the cat then rushed them all to the hospital. The Joneses have since installed carbon monoxide detectors. The couple said they have no doubt Bella saved them. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on our future video. Number 2. Dog saves baby. Well, even before we get any further than this, it all looks photoshopped. And if it's not, it's safe to say that we just witnessed with our bare eyes a ghost baby. The photo shows a baby that seems to have wandered off on the street, but there is an oncoming car. There's also a dog that seems to be in distress, but the dog's owner isn't paying much attention. This is what sells the photo as a fake, because if indeed the baby was real, it's human instinct to react in such a wanting situation. Whoever came up with this probably just wanted to pull a prank on someone or was sampling their editing skills. Number 1. Dolphins rescue surfer from a shark attack. Surfer Todd Endress needed a miracle. A shark appeared out of nowhere and had hit him thrice, peeling the skin off of his back and mauling his right leg to the bone. That's when a pod of dolphins came to his rescue, forming a protective ring around Endress, allowing him to get to shore, where quick first aid was provided by one of his pals. The attack occurred at Marina State Park off of Monterey, California, where the 24-year-old at the time and his friends were enjoying the captivating beach and lovely waves of the ocean. The shark, estimated at almost 15 feet long, plunged into Endress, who was on his surfboard. The second attack, the gigantic shark clamped onto his torso, sandwiching him together with his board in his mouth. The attack shredded his back, nearly peeling off all of his back skin, but was lucky since his internal organs were protected with his board, since his stomach was pressed to his surfboard, forming a barrier. The third time, the shark nearly swallowed Endress's right leg, and he was lucky to kick the beast in the head and snout with his left leg until it let go. The dolphins had been cavorting in the surf all along when they came to his rescue. I would say this has got to be the most terrifying scenario of them all because the danger was so clear.